for be it display and search actually really work hand in hand. By display I mean even social media and the content that you send on Eve. So content marketing and my search marketing works hand in hand. One, content marketing is more for the brand awareness. It is more to actually let people know that you're out there in the market, right? So that when they actually see an ad where you're offering them something that they can directly execute, they already have that kind of a familiarity with your brand or your product. So that is very important. We tend to, we cannot ignore one part, or we cannot really separate one part from the other. So that is the gist of.
Since we are on the display topic, let's talk a little bit about the display benchmarks tool. This is another tool that's again Google has created it, and it really helps you benchmark your campaigns. So if any of us want to run a display campaign, or if an agency is running it on my behalf, we can actually go and benchmark the various CTRs, the various metrics. So are you looking at interaction rates? Are you looking at viewability rates? Every metric can be tracked for multiple countries. Similarly for India, the data is not too great, but you can even go down to ad sizes saying 728 by 90. This is my CTR. Is it in average with the industry benchmark CTR? If I have a 468 by 60 ad, okay, how is it doing against the industry benchmark? There used to be impressions until now, and then there is viewable impressions now. So the industry has moved from just impressions now. A viewable impression, as rated by the Media Rating Council, has changed the definition. And display ad, which is there on the first fold of the page, or is viewed for at least 1 second, and at least 50% of the pixels should be there on the page. So a lot of times Google or various other companies used to attribute an impression even before the page loaded, because the HTML at the back of the page actually executed, and in the front end the user never saw the ad because it might be a heavy GIF ad, or it could be a flash ad. But now Google says the ad has to load, at least 50% of the pixels have to load, and it has to be seen for at least a second. So that way, I think impressions add a lot of value now. You don't get counted for impressions which are not seen. It's actually the impressions which you actually see. Clicks and interaction now strongly correlates with the ad size. You could put a 468 by 60 ad, and you could put a 300 by 600 ad. And let's try to run a A/B testing with these, with the exact same demographics, pick up 20 placements, and see what gives you better CTR, what gives you a better CPC, because the CTR goes high, your CPC will go low. So try these experiments with ad sizes and correlate it, with your CPC.
Banners are not very different from your regular newspaper ads, or probably your hoardings, right? So when you're thinking of putting up a hoarding, what will you check? You will check what is the height of that hoarding, which highway are you putting it at, is there enough traffic going there for people to see, right? So those are the same factors that you consider here. This is about making the most of the real estate on the internet, right? So the page position would really matter. Now, before I actually knew this, I actually thought the top position would be the best, because I had, from what I read and understood, it was that top right is like the best position for your eyes to stop and hover there, right? But what studies have found is that the most viewable position is towards the center, because more often than not, we have a lot of content on a certain page, and you're going to be scrolling down all the time, right? So something that's in the center is most likely to capture the maximum attention than something that's probably on the top, or on the right, or any other part of the page, right? As Abhishek already pointed out, ad size really matters. I think in the mobile session as well, we had spoken about vertical ads now. Because of the viewability on the mobiles, it's much better. So vertical ads are doing much better than horizontal ads now. So, and the larger the ad size, the more obviously, it is just very obvious that your observation towards that particular piece of ad is going to be more.
How do you plan these audiences, right? So let's look at this slide. What happens is, once you get to know additional insights about your audience, which is who they are, what they do, and what are their interests. Like if an audience is, So if an audience is looking to, let's say, buy a laptop, right? In this example, let's take a laptop, and who they are, where they are at this point. Are they on, mobile? Are they on an Android app? Are they, standing on a street and searching? or are they searching for a desktop? Let's understand the various insights of the audience. Once we understand that bit, then you can start targeting them, right? If I'm an HP laptop and I have a store in SB Road and I see an audience which is close to the standing SB Road, I would more often than not, I will try to push them an ad which would talk about, walk into the store, get an X% off, and this is the deal today. Probably I'll try and do that. If I see it's an Android user who is using an Android device, probably I would try and push, if I'm a laptop dealer, a Chromebook. I would at least try that, right? Probably that could correlate with that. If it is somebody who has purchased a laptop, right? So there could be multiple audiences that you're talking about. Knowing an audience means the customer is coming is who is coming in for the first time. There could be a customer who's already come and he's dropped out of your page, or it could be somebody who's actually purchased it, right? So if it is somebody who's purchased a laptop, I really wouldn't want to show them an ad of another laptop. I would rather show them a sleeve or a laptop bag or something else. So it's important we gather all the information, all the data about our customers, we target, and then we sort of engage with them with the various customized ads. And once you start engaging with the customers, that's when the A/B testing comes into picture. You really try and understand, okay, this is working, this is not working. If I'm doing a dynamic remarketing, maybe I should be doing a static remarketing and stuff like that. So that's how you get into audience. While signing up an agency, these points, first point is you sign up an agency, right? During the sign up, at least we want to take care of these sort of points that come up, right? What's the agency setup? Generally, it's a feel-good feeling, यार तुम हमारे ऑफिस आ जाओ, यहाँ पे बात कर लेंगे. But a lot of times we used to tell the clients, dude, I used to run an agency, come to our office, let's talk here. And the client is like, नहीं मैं Bombay में, I can't come. I'm like, okay, fine, then we'll come down there. I want the client, or the client should actually go and see the agency, see how many people are there. Do they really outsource the work to somebody else, or are they really doing it themselves? You generally get a vibe, like, when you're talking to the person you're talking on the other side, it's focus on the vibes than, the presentation, the pitch, and the tools that I talk about, right? And of course, the account managers. You should be able to know before you sign a contract that these are going to be my account managers. And of course, you're going to pay them money. So you need to understand that what's going to the pricing, right? Are you going to get into a, sort of a performance-based pricing, which is generally the trend in India. At least when we were in agency, we used to pitch performance-based. We used to say, okay, we're going to charge only X% commission, but if I give you this CPA and this ROI, give me extra 2%. If I get you to 200 rupees CPA and 20,000 transactions, give me plus 5% commission. So we should directly correlate with the client's objectives. So is the agency doing that, right? That's the other bit that we need to take care of. And it's important that you get your reporting structure right. You need to, as a business owner, maybe understand that these metrics are important to me. And if these metrics are important to me, then it should be presented to me at certain period in time. It could be a weekly, it could be bi-weekly, it could be monthly, right? And a lot of these grievances come when the reporting doesn't happen on time, when we don't have close coordination with the company, with the agency, and we feel that, okay, client will call me, and client feels that the agency is responsible, I'm paying them money, right? And we have faced this issue ourselves, and then we decided, no. Whether the client sees a report, it's not our duty to only send the report. Let's call the client and find out what he thinks about the report. Are we on the right track? What's happening on the client side? If you're an apparel company, how many SKUs are going to launch next month? How many products are out of stock? If I see, okay, these are all in-stock items on the first page, but maybe the small and medium size is missing. I only have large and extra large. So a lot of times the business owner and the agency have to really coordinate much more closely than you really think, because the agency has to get into the company's business. And the company has to understand, what are the pain points of the agency, right? A lot of time agencies don't get the access to analytics because these guys would be managing only AdWords. There'd be another agency managing social media. There will be a third agency. And honestly, that's like cutting the arms of the agency. If you don't have the analytics access, you can't really help. You don't know what are the payment dropouts, which payment gateway is being used, what is the credibility of the company. Can we get users by, I say a lot of guys, can we install Pay with Amazon? Pay with Amazon brings a different kind of credibility to your site. I don't know ABC site, I don't know XYZ site, but if I see that I can log in with my Amazon account, I can pay with my Amazon account, log into that, and my account information is stored there. I'm not using any of the company, not storing my database. So a lot of these things which goes beyond the agency also comes into picture. And I think it's very important that you understand the core services of a company when you sign up, right? I'm looking at paid search at this point. So let me go for a company which is exclusively, into paid search. Let's not look for jack of all trades at this point. Yes, I will get into PR at some point. I'll get into SEO. I'll get into SEM. But let's look at that point. At this point, I need SEM.